flame on the beat.
This is the Born of Levi experience on G.O.C.C. Media.
Shalom, 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 peace and blessings, family. Welcome, welcome, and welcome once again to another edition of the Born of Levi experience. I'm your host, Deacon Hazak. We're going to get into it and start the show with a beautiful song called Usable Vessel. I actually fell upon this song today, right? And I want to share it because it's so fitting for tonight's topic, right? Here it goes. It's titled Usable Vessel, man, by Rawchaa. It's a beautiful album as well, too. Let me just play this.
This is the Born of Levi experience on G.O.C.C. Media.
Okay, use me for your will righteously. I want you to be pleased with me. And Satan's got the whole world deceived. Give me discernment so I know I'm moving accurately. I've been improving, but know I can do more. To help win souls, but when your kingdom's restored. We're running out of time. Can't keep ignoring the sign. Don't wanna take your love for granted. Don't wanna wrestling with spirits, not with woman or with man. Can't be dismayed, we can't have fear. Gotta spread the gospel, whether they forbear or if they hear. Die and die to the most I got in power. Cause when we leave this earth, we won't know the day or the hour. So we gotta put in work, we gotta make this thing count. Rebuke that idleness and remove all of the doubt. Cause don't wanna take your life for granted. Don't wanna live my life in vain. Make me a usable vessel. I wanna grow, not remain the same. Follow your laws and keep your commandments, and call upon your name. Make me a usable vessel. Everything I do is for your gain. Don't wanna take it, I don't wanna granted. Don't wanna live my life in vain. Make me a usable vessel. I wanna grow, not remain the same. Follow your laws and keep your commandments, and call upon your name. Make me a usable vessel. Everything I do is for your gain. Use me for your will, so I don't live in vain. Be pleased with my life, Lord. Don't wanna cause you pain. Laws and keep your commandments.
Yes, 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 yes. That song was titled Usable Vessel, man, by Rawchaa, right? Beautiful song, beautiful album as well. Streaming on all major platforms. Go check it out, man. And like I said, that title of the song was Usable Vessel, so fitting for tonight's broadcast, which is titled Don't Waste Your Youth. Brothers and sisters, don't waste your youth. Don't waste your youth. So once again, peace and blessings, family. How's everybody doing? I know you guys missed me last week. I missed you guys too. I was working late last week, so I couldn't come on. But I'm back nonetheless, right? And how's everybody doing? And you know, like we do it every week, if I'm coming in nice and clear, I need to see them qualms in the chat. Please, brothers and sisters, put them qualms in the chat if I'm coming in nice and clear. Okay, I see. All right. I didn't see one qualm. Okay, got the qualms coming in. This might be a little delay. All right. Yes. All right, so we're gonna get right into it, man. Definitely would like to shout everybody out who's in the check-in, man. Let me see. Let me do a roll call real quick. DJ King Styles is in the building. I see you, DJ King Styles, my moderator. I see you. Anita Atkins, Shalom. Lawya Sharala, right? I see you. Shalom. Daphne, Shalom. Yadira Livia. I hope I said that right. Shalom. Yatazakwa Kazak Hebrew Harris. Let's go. Lawrence Woods, Christopher 144K, Pretty Roses. I see you. Right? Twalisha Gonzalez. I hope I said that right too. Please don't kill me. I'm just learning how to read. Forging the Kingdom. Right? I see you. I see everybody in the check-in. Terrence, I see you. All right. So once again, if you're new to this channel, brothers and sisters, please do me a favor, hit that like button, right? Hit the bell. Also subscribe as well too, so that way you could be up to date with whatever I'm doing on this platform, right? And if you guys can, like I always say, please hit that like button, share it as well too, share the content, because we're gonna have a very informative topic tonight. We're gonna have a discussion, and what I'm gonna do as well too is I'm gonna put out the Zoom link. I didn't forget about the Zoom link. That's the new form of calling. So I'm gonna put it in the, let me see. I'm gonna put it in the chat so that way everybody could be able to chime in, right? But nonetheless, we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it, man. But wasn't that such a beautiful song, Usable Vessel? And I know some of you guys like, you know, why such a song with that title, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all striving for. We're all striving to be usable vessels for the Most High. Because if not, then what are we doing in this truth? Why did we why did we come into this? You know what I'm saying? Why did we want the Most High to change our lives? And the goal is to be used by the Most High. Right? It tells us in the scriptures that in the Most High's house, there's vessels of honor and there's vessels of dishonor. And this is the reason why we have to understand not to waste our youth, because wasting our youth or not really doing things the right way from our youth to adulthood actually sets us back another 10, 20 years by the time you reach adulthood. Where you should be at 30, you know what I'm saying? You should have already been there when you're in your 20s. And it goes on and on and on. Where you at in your 40s, you should have been there in your 30s. So now we have to actually set the standard for the younger generation to know, okay, the levels that they should be at in the stages of their lives, or setting them up in such a position where they don't waste their youth on meaningless things. And a lot of us could attest to that. A lot of us could look back in our own lives, right? And realize how much time we've wasted chasing this world, right? Chasing things that don't matter. Chasing people who don't matter. Because think about it, y'all. A lot of us chase the wrong people for a very long time, and now the thing is, are they even in your life today? So we have to set up the younger generation or the next generation coming up behind us to be focused. We have to teach them how to be focused. And it's like this world it's been created in this world where there's so much distractions where one can't be focused, especially at a young age, because everything is glittering. Everything is amazing. Oh, I like this. I want this. I need that. And it's like, yo, you're going to chase all of that to what end? And then when you finally get to adulthood, you be sitting back and looking at your life and like, dang, I wish I did this right. I wish I did this different. I wish I could have did this a little bit better. But this is the reason why we are having this conversation, so that way the younger generation, they could fall upon this conversation and be like, you know what? I'm going to implement a lot of the things that they're saying in this conversation, right? I'm going to implement it. I'm going to use it to my advantage, because basically, believe it or not, a lot of you younger people who's watching, you guys actually have an advantage over the other, or over your peers, because now you're getting information not just from the Most High, but from the people that the Most High has called out of the world. And now we can give you our examples. We could give you our struggles, our shortcomings, to help you guys make better choices. And that's what it's about. That's all it's about. It's really about us teaching the next generation how to be better, how to be a better version of us. That's all it is, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about that. Hold on, let me, I'm trying to get I got you right now. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to end this Zoom, and then I'm going to restart it. All right, hold on. Now I got to add participants. I got to put out the Zoom link, guys. I got to put it out because I want you guys to call in early so we can make this a conversation. I don't want to just be rambling all night, right? But, in the meantime, while I'm setting that up, right, I'm going to play this video. And, one thing, too, I almost forgot. You know what I'm saying? Of course I forgot, but, hey, we all should have forgot about that day, October 31st. What was that, Wednesday? No, when was that? That was Tuesday, right? Halloween. And one thing I want to say about Halloween, y'all, I'm just going to go off on a tangent just for a little bit. I don't know about y'all or whatever, you know, the cities that you're from, but here in New York, I kind of felt like it was more adults celebrating Halloween than the children. Let me know in the comments if y'all notice that in your city. I've seen more adults dressed up in costumes than children were this year. And I'm looking at these people, I'm like, yo, y'all don't feel no way? Grown man in a costume just walking down 42nd Street, Times Square. Big old dude just wearing a costume. Adults wearing, and I'm like, yo, didn't you, like, y'all didn't have enough in your childhood? And when I seen those examples of those people walking around, grown adults walking around with costumes, I said, okay, here's an example of someone who wasted their youth, and now they're trying to relive their youth in their adulthood. I mean, it's like no shame, no nothing. It's like, yo, I'm out here. This is what I'm doing. You can't judge me. Okay, just be out there looking crazy. All right, it's all you. But in the spirit, like I said, that's what I was noticing. I was noticing more adults celebrating Satan's Eve than the children were. And on that note, I'm going to play this video by Yashanasa, shouts to him, called All Witches Go to Hades. Here you go. While I set up the Zoom.
Hey guys, we should go to that house. That house looks big and they probably got a lot of candy there. That house looks really scary. Are you sure you want to go to that house? Yeah, we probably got a lot of candy.
Y'all thought y'all was coming to get some candy, huh?
No, we ain't got no candy, but we got some scriptures, though.
Man, grab Exodus 22 and 18.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 18.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
So according to the Bible, y'all really shouldn't be out here celebrating Halloween or out here trick-or-treating.
Especially not dressed like that. Y'all believe in God, right?
Yeah.
Well, according to the God of the Bible, all witches go to Hades.
But what about our candy?
Check. All witches go to Hades. I bind you demons in Christ's name. You should have virtue and have shame. Keep your magic in your gangs. Better change or you'll see flames. All witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades. Say all witches go to Hades. 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 We gon' end this whole hook with one phrase. Repent. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. That's Bible. Me and my brothers, we got smoke for demons. They rivals for the record. Demons want you running in circles, no vinyl, but the Bible keep you on your toes like ballet recitals.
Hey, instead of druidic rituals, mixing witches brew and playing around with crystals, the fathers who you should listen to. Quit doing yoga and running around burning sage. Put the tome down, open the Bible and turn the page.
Wait, I'm not trying to open up no chakra, that's not proper. You put these idols over the most high, is you on vodka? I will put a hit out on a demon like a mobster, have them singing Cassis in the swine, now that's a holy opera.
Gotcha. The real power is in the prophets and oracles. Be ye not dismayed at the heavens, quit reading horoscopes. You putting hexes on X's, plus you worship the moon. All you missing is a cauldron, a hat, and a broom.
All witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades. Say y'all witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades. We gon' end this whole hook with one phrase. Repent. Male witches can get it too. Homie, that's a warlock. You banging and selling drugs, we bring them scripts to your block. Most High keep you from hitting the wall just like a doorstop. And he'll clean the whole mess up just like a floor mop.
And line upon line is how them scriptures read. The women's children verse the lizard seed. It's a command, don't deal in sorcery or wizardry. And if you do, show repentance while you live and breathe. Pray you take heed.
Keep your sages and your star worship. It will leave you vacant. Why worship the creation over the being who made it?
The foundations he laid it. Change your ways to be taken. All witches go to Hades and it ain't no escaping.
All witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades. Say y'all witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades. We gon' end this whole hook with one phrase: repent. All witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades. All witches go to Hades.
Yes, that was All Witches Go to Hades, right, by Yashanasa and Karataza, right? Shout out to my Detroit brothers, man. My brothers is doing their thing out there, man. But yeah, I had to play that video, man, because I didn't come on Halloween or Satan's Eve. I know Elder Rawchaa was on. I know he was touching on some points, but I was like, you know what, I gotta play this video because I'm seeing too much grown people acting a fool out here. And they be talking about it's for the kids. It's really for the children. I didn't see you not with no kid. You by yourself. Full Ninja Turtle costume on, grown man. I seen you. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So don't stop trying to hide like that's for the kids. Not for the kids. It's for you. You want to celebrate it because the kids don't know nothing about that until you teach them. My children don't know nothing about these days. About those days, I didn't teach them that, so we can't say it's for the kids. It's for you. Just keep it real, y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you want to celebrate it, just say I would like to celebrate it. Don't say it's for the children and I'm doing it because I want them to experience. No, you want to do it. Because you've wasted your youth. So now, on that note, wasting your youth. Don't waste your youth. Right? I came up with this topic because I know for myself, I know when I first came into truth, going on 11 years now, 10, 11 years now, right? I always look back and be like, yo, man, I wish I knew this when I was a couple of years younger. I wish I had this. I wish I knew this understanding. But, me understanding or coming into the truth, I understand that, through the curses, a lot of us were affected by the curses. A lot of us was affected. A lot of us, we grew up dysfunctionally, right? Where, morally we wasn't. I'm not gonna say that because a lot of us did come or was raised in a nice household where our parents did their best to give us proper morals, but a lot of things we weren't taught, and it's no shot or fault to our parents because they are also under the curses. So a lot of things that the Most High said that we would forget, it's evident in our lifestyle and how we were raised. So, we grew up behind the 8 ball, where when we look at other nations and how their children are raised to not be consumers, right? Their children are not raised to be just the average worker. Right? A lot of the nations, they groom their children or they raise them to think bigger, to think big, to think either be entrepreneurs, right? Be a doctor, be a lawyer, right? Invest your money, right? Don't worry about having fun right now. Work hard and have fun later. And we see that. And as we see it really evident in how the other nations, how they prosper, right? We understand that. We understand they prosper. We understand that they have access to a lot of things that we didn't have access to coming up. It's not until we came into the truth and the Most High starts opening up our minds and we start to understand, like, okay, I see this. I want to get involved in this. I want to get involved. I think I could do this, right? It's like the Most High starts giving us confidence again, when that confidence should have been instilled in us as children, right? A lot of us, we heard things like, yo, you can't do that, right? You ain't never gonna be nothing. You ain't. And that this just brought this back to my mind. I seen a video, and I shared this with the congregation in New York. I seen a video of this. I don't know if he was a doctor or a scientist, or he was a therapist. Who was one of the two? Chinese dude, right? He did an experiment, and I know a lot of you probably seen this experiment. He did an experiment where he had 3 cups of rice with water in it, and he had 3 cups of rice on the table, and every morning for 30 days, he would say something to each cup of rice with water in it. The first cup, he would greet, say nice things, say kind things to it. The second cup, he would curse out and say negative things to that second cup of rice water. Just negative things like, oh, you're nothing, you're no good, right? And the third cup, he would completely ignore. And at the end of 30 days, what they found was that the first cup of rice with water in it that he greeted and said nice, uplifting things to, it fermented and it gave off a good smell, right? And the second cup of water that he said negative things to, right, it rotted and it gave off a bad smell. And the third cup that he just completely ignored, it I forgot what happened to it, but it didn't rot, but it did rot to it. It was like it was almost worse than the one that he spoke negativity to, but it was along the same lines. So that experiment showed the power of words, and us being human beings with living water in us. They say the human body is like about 60 to 70% water. We have water in us, right? So now he did that experiment to show what the water did to the rice with the type of frequency it was receiving, or the words that it was receiving. So now the scripture tells us that what? Death and life is in the tongue. So now that was a great example to show how powerful your words could be to someone or in someone. Right? And then he summed it up by saying, if you have children, it's always best to speak positivity to that child. Right? Because whatever you speak into that child, he or she will one day grow into that speech, or into what you spoke into them. But if you speak negativity into that child, then that child now assumes that negativity and becomes that, and portray and is showed through his actions or her actions. Right? So it's very important to speak life into people, or speak life into your children, rather than speak death or doubt. A lot of us come from situations where doubt was spoken to us. Right? What was the experiment called again? I'm gonna find a video, and if I'm gonna look through my history, and I'm gonna try to find it, and I'm gonna post it. It was a great experiment, and I always keep saying that I want to try that experiment, and I think I'm gonna just do it, because I just find it so amazing that water, because water is a living element, right? And if you if you've joined the Hebrew Bible Academy, hold on, let me do this real quick. Right? That's a nice plug for it, right? And if you join the Hebrew and Bible Academy, which started October 1st, it's not too late to enroll. If you go to historytimes.org to enroll, by the way. You know, if you ever been in the Hebrew and Bible Academy, you would know that water is a heavenly substance. So water, and there's been many experiments done with water, as far as how water can carry frequencies and sound waves and all of that stuff. But water actually takes on it takes on the shape of whatever frequency or whatever you're sending to it. As far as like I would say, I seen another experiment where a scientist played classical music to water. And when they looked at the water crystals that developed in the water under a microscope, the crystals did a beautiful pattern. But now when they went and they played like dark, heavy metal to the water, it gave off this weird not dark, but weird pattern. It wasn't as beautiful as the water pattern that was listening to classical music. So there's a lot when it comes to what you hear, what you listen. As I'm saying, what you take in, it does a lot to our bodies. That's why music is very moving, because it does something to the body. But nonetheless, back to my original point, because I could go off on a tangent, right? It's very important for us to speak into our children and speak into our youth instruction. We have to, because if we don't, they will end up wasting their youth in this society, chasing the wrong things, being engaged in the wrong things, right? If we don't teach them properly, right? And or not just that, if we don't even show them our mistakes, not really show them so much, but guide them through and let them know we've made mistakes too. We're human too. And guide them away from the mistakes that we may see them falling into, they will end up wasting their youth. And that could sometimes turns into resentment towards their parents. Why no one ever told me, man? I wish I knew this. Why you didn't do this for me? Why? You know what I'm saying? It could turn into that. So us as adults, right, we have to try to help the younger generation, right? And wasting their youth. Let me see something. Hold on real quick. I don't think I started the Zoom. Let me start the Zoom, because I want to have y'all call in. I'll have y'all in the waiting room and all of that too, right? I'll have y'all in the waiting room, and I'll pull y'all in one by one, and we'll talk. We'll definitely talk, right? So now, there's a video that I want to play. I'm gonna deal with this step by step. I'm gonna deal with the young boys first, or the young men. Then I'm gonna deal with the young ladies, and then we're gonna try to get a resolve on how we could help them or lead them away from wasting their younger years. And you might say, wasting their younger years in what? In this world, right? Wasting their younger years in this world. It's bad enough that this world has created a system of classism. I don't know if have anybody ever heard of that before. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's read this. Let's see. Right? So now, let me show y'all this. So, good old Google search. Right? So now we have this. And there's an interesting picture on the let me move this out of the way. There's an interesting picture on the other side. How can I get this out of the way? Oh, hide video. All right. Look at this. All right, let me just do this first. Classism, right? And this is what this world is predicated on. Classism, or the classing of people, right? It says prejudice against or in favor of people belonging to a particular social class. And we all are victims of classism. Whether you were in elementary school, junior high school, and I believe high school is where we start to learn about classism, right? If you don't have a certain pair of sneakers on, you're not a part of this demographic of youth right here, right? I grew up in the era where we would have to check your tag to see if it was real or not. I don't know if I'm calling out my age, but I come from that era where You had to dress a certain way to be known, to have friends. And if you didn't dress a certain way, you were not considered cool. You was not considered popular. I remember those days. You come to school with a nice fresh polo on. You got your Jordans on. And then you got somebody checking your tag to see if the polo shirt is real. Classism. So it starts at a young age. Then it goes into adulthood. But look at this. Look at this right here. This is interesting. Let me pull it up on Wikipedia. Let me try to get this out the way first. Hold on. All right, let me get this out the way for now. I'll keep it right here. Let's look at this. And it's interesting. They got the Tower of Babel here. Okay, come on, refresh. Oh, it looked like the Tower of Babel. I mean, it might as well have been. But let's pull up this search. Right? Let me refresh the page. Let's go to Wikipedia. Why is it doing this? 1 second. Let's go to Wikipedia. Oh my gosh. No, I don't care about culture matters. How do I get out of this? 1 second, y'all. This thing is giving me a hard time. Let me see more. Where's the Wikipedia search? I wanted to read that one. All right. Is this class discrimination? Was this it? Well, let's read this anyways because I don't want to waste any time. Class discrimination, right? Classism. Oh, let me see this. Classicism? No, they going off now. All right, classism. Class discrimination, also known as classism, is prejudice or discrimination on the basis of social class. It includes individuals' attitudes, behaviors, systems of policies and practices that are set up to benefit the upper class at the expense of the lower class. And like I said, even on the lowest level, we've all experienced this coming up in high school, even earlier ages like junior high school and elementary school, right? We've all had different classes. They had the popular kids, the not so popular kids, the geeks or the nerds, however you want to frame them, right? To the nobodies. And why is that done? How come that's been like that's such a big thing when it comes to the human mind? Why does my social status matter more than my moral status? Or why does my social status, or how likable I am, or how much wealth I have, or whatever you want to have it, or how much designer clothing I have, why does that matter when it comes to who I am as a person? Who set that up? And to me, it looks like all roads leads to one person. Satan. Lucifer. Right? The lust of the eyes. He made a system of what? Of making everybody want to fit in. Right? Created a system of having everybody want to fit in. And once you go up that rank, once you go up that ladder, I want to pull up that chart that I seen. I don't know how come I can't see it anymore. Right? Once you go up that ladder, right? It comes to a point where you plateau. And in order to get to this exclusive or all exclusive area, you got to do certain things just to fit in. You have to be initiated. And I think that's where that whole concept comes from. I could just be speaking, but I believe that's where that whole concept comes from. Right? I want to pull up this pyramid thing right here. Okay. Now let me show it to you guys. This is interesting. Right? Here's the chart of classism that they have here. I'm going to try to see if I can blow it up a little bit. No? Okay. All right. So we have classism. So this is a painting that they put together. Industrial workers, right? So now look. So we have capitalism at the very top. The rich, right? We rule you. You got the king, probably doctors and lawyers, whoever they are, right? Capitalism is the goal. Separating the classes. Then they have the church, or what seemed to be the church that they set up. It ain't our church. This ain't the Church of Christ. And they have it here. We fool you. Then we have the army. We shoot at you. Right? The different level of classes. Then we have we eat for you. It looks like I would call this the middle class. Then we have the lower class. We work for all. We feed all. Pyramid of a capitalist system. But this all is based on classism, though, right? So I could imagine the people down here want to be up here. So like I said, Satan has conveniently created a system to where you'll waste your whole life trying to get up there in the capitalist system. But you lose yourself doing that. And I want to show y'all some examples of how we lose ourselves doing that. Right? Look at this. Before I do that though, I hope y'all having a good time. Please hit that like button. Right? Do all that for me. I really hope y'all having a good time. And we're going to talk about it, man. I want to read this. I'm going to go, and I got a new system too. Shout out to AC, man. Shout out to AC. My man, he hooked me up with a new system here. A new Bible system. How does it work? This is better than the last system that I had. I just gotta find my way how to work it out. But look, I'm gonna read this. Okay, how does that work? Okay. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to figure it out, right? But how do I show it? Hold on. Oh boy. I got a new system here. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to click it, right? Yeah. There it goes. I'm so excited. I'm like a little kid in the candy store. Right, so look at this. 2 Timothy 3 verse 1. It says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come." Right? "For men shall be lovers of their own selves." And we're living in this era. We live in that time. Right? Where it's all about you. Right? What you got on, what you could afford, what you driving, what you got on your feet. How much followers you have, how much likes did your post get? How much, you understand what I'm saying? "For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous." Right? Never satisfied with what you have, but always looking to see what someone else, oh, I got to do better than him. I got to do better than her. And there's nothing wrong with being ambitious and wanting to set goals for yourself, but it's not a competition. We weren't created to compete with each other. But it says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, always bragging, always showing off. See what I got on? Yeah, you got another man's name on your back, okay? Which you paid $500 to just put another man's name on you. You thought about that? Yo, look at my belt. Yeah, isn't your belt made to hold up your pants? But it's not holding up your pants because you gotta sag your pants so I could see your belt. How much you paid for that belt? Yeah, $900. You're smart. Boasters. Proud. Blasphemers. Disobedient to parents. So this is basically pointing out the younger generation, the youth. Disobedient to parents. This is the time that we're living in. Disobedience. Unthankful. Unholy. Without natural affection. I want y'all to keep that in mind too. Keep that one point in mind right there. Without natural affection. I don't even know what natural affection is anymore. Truce breakers. Truce breakers. Can't keep a promise. Can't keep their word. False accusers. Incontinent. Fierce. Despisers of those that are good. It's as if they knew what we would be faced with in this last days. Of course they knew. The Most High gave them insight. Despisers of those that are good. Oh, you too good. You such a goody two shoe. Well, I'm about to go. We in Miami this weekend, so you coming? Oh no, I forgot. You a church boy. You a church girl. I'll be that. You go over there and waste your youth. Go ahead, waste yourself. Because at the end of this, you're not always gonna be young. And that's what this conversation is about. Having our young generation understand that you're not always going to be young. If the Most High permits and He allows you, you will grow old. And that youthful beauty that you have, it's going to fade. And then what? You've wasted your youth, your beauty on what? Premarital sex, right? Drugs, sleeping around, having a body count past your fingers. Now when you're older, now you want to settle down, now you want someone to take you. But you've wasted your youth doing that. Despisers of those that are good. Traitors. Heady. You know what heady means? Right? You don't have no patience. You don't have a chill button. That's what the word heady mean. So the new iPhone come out, you have to buy it. You don't have you can't even wait. You're like, no, I need it. But you just bought this phone last week. Nah, but the new one just came out. So I got it. Yo, I gotta get my hair done. You just got your hair done last week. It's old already. Huh? What? High-minded. I know a lot of us see a lot of high-minded young people out there. They too good for everybody. They too good. God forbid they get a job. Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. And this is what we're seeing on the earth today. And it's our job to protect our youth. And when I say protect our youth, I'm talking about the youth that is part of our church, because we can't save the world. We can't. We could try our best to impact a lot of people, but we can't change them, right? This information that the Most High has bestowed upon us is for us, right? And if we shed light on someone who's in darkness and the Most High permits them to be saved, all praises be to the Most High. But there's nothing that I can say or you can say to convince anybody to change. They have to have a willingness, the same way how we all had the willingness within us to seek change and want to learn and want to follow the Most High. So brothers and sisters, don't beat yourself up if you feel like, you've been in the truth all these years and you still haven't brought nobody in. That's maybe not your calling, but you continue being a light. And if it be the Most High's will, whoever see you may come in, right? But don't think it's something that you're doing wrong. You doing wrong. Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Right? Let me show y'all this. And I gotta show this, man, because it's crazy. Where was I? Yeah, I gotta show this. I wasn't gonna start here. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna start here with this. I want y'all to see this, man, because it's a shame what's going on out there. It's really a shame of what's going on out there. How people think. Not just the young men, also the young women too. How they think, the way their minds are, when they're outside just socializing, and what they're looking for as far as pleasure. Let me start this from the top, and just using this for educational purposes. But listen to this, brothers and sisters. It's crazy.
Would you rather date a guy who had a promiscuous past or was a virgin?
I would say promiscuous. It's always good to have experience.
This is where we at. This is how the young people think. She rather be with somebody who's very promiscuous. But there's a reason why she's saying that, though.
Value that.
Okay. How much experience we talking here, though?
Are we talking body count?
Realistically.
I don't know. Personally, it's 15. So.
Whoa. 15? She would want to be with somebody who had at least 15 partners? And this is scary. And these are the kind. And there's, for every one of her, there's 100 more of them. And it's sad.
Around that, 10, 15, even 3. I don't know.
Wait, you're saying your body count's 15?
Yeah. So.
Y'all heard that? 15. And she's not a bad looking individual. She could be someone's wife. But she's wasting her youth in just having fun. Pleasures more. What the scripture said? It said, lovers. Let me read that again for y'all. Lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High. So here's an example of that, brothers and sisters. Here's an example of what that looks and what that sounds like. Right? This is sad. This is exactly what the scriptures show us.
So I would.
And you're how old?
21.
21. 21, guys. Had more than 15 partners. This is insane. This is exactly what the scriptures talk about. In these last days, they will be given into unchastity. This was unheard of during the times of the apostles, and not to say unheard of, but it wasn't a common thing. Like you wouldn't be able to find a sister to ask this kind of question. The only sisters you would find to ask these kind of questions would be a harlot somewhere in the slums, somewhere in Jerusalem or somewhere of the other nations. But this is random. This is almost. He could probably stop 3 to 4 more women out there and have the same conversation with them. 21 years old.
That's why I don't mind like a guy who's like promiscuous, because from this, like, for looking at the standards, I kind of am, so I cannot be like hypocrite and ask for a virgin, you know.
But why do you think most women are afraid to share their body count?
Because they're being slut shamed all the time.
Said women are being slut shamed. Hello. Because it's uncomely for that kind of behavior to be in our young women. It's uncomely. Now the thing is, which I don't think that she's thinking about as of right now. She's not thinking about her future husband. And now the question is that fair for her future husband to walk into a situation like that? Is that fair? You think it's fair for a man to find a woman who, you know, I'm looking for a wife, right? And then now I find her, but now it's like, you got to accept this. This is what I am. This is who I am. Yeah, but you get the rest of me though. Yeah, you could have the rest of me, but this is what's left, because after what I've done. And I don't think she's thinking in a way where, you know, I'm damaged. But in her mind, she probably would say to herself, "Yo, listen, it is what it is, and somebody's gonna accept me for what I am." And this is the reason why her standards, and you see, her standards actually are lower now because of her lifestyle. So now she wants someone who's damaged just like her. So now, what do you guys think is going to be the outcome of two damaged people coming together to start a family? It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be chaos. It's not going to be healthy. And this is the pitfalls of just living it up while you're young. It's a pitfall. You're setting yourself up to not a good end, being destroyed at the end. No, what? At 21, yeah, more than 15 partners. I think it's more than that. I don't even think she's telling the truth, but listen, it's sad. But let's continue a little bit.
And I fucking hate that.
Excuse the language.
It's the worst.
So why don't you care is the question.
Because I want to change people's mind. Like, if a guy...
And you see, these are the friends you have to stay away from. For my young sisters, these are the kind of friends you have to stay away from. She said, I want to change people's minds. You shouldn't want to change people's minds. This is bad. This is horrible. You're wasting your youth. But
guy has a body count of 15, he's gonna be like everyone's gonna be like, oh, like, dude, like, you're good, like, good for you. If a girl says that, it's gonna be like, you're such a slut. I don't care.
And even if a dude has a body count of 15, that's still bad for both parties. We weren't created to be doing that, to be sleeping around and having so much multiple partners, because that it causes trauma to both sides. So no side is good. And we come you know, especially me, I come from a generation where we used to we know men were big on that. How much girls you had, how much that's all that is wrong, all that is dysfunctional. It's not the right way. But this society promotes that though.
What if I'm a slut?
How tall are you?
Probably like 5'3", 5'4".
Okay. Does your height really play a factor in your dating life?
I don't think so, no. I feel like when it comes to dating, I try to make it a conversation, you know what I mean? It's all about that personality, you feel me? All about that charisma, you know? You gotta work with what you have, don't be obsessing about it, you know? You give off that kind of energy to people, people are just gonna give it back to you.
So when you hear
all right. There's more, but yeah, I don't even want to play the rest. But yeah, he usually goes around and asks people the bitter reality of modern dating, right? And some of the stuff that some of the stuff that these people come out and say, it's like, yo, you don't feel ashamed saying that in public? Like, I would feel crazy, right? But hey, you know, but this is the way, this is the world. Lovers of themselves more than lovers of the Most High, right? 1 second. I might as well just play this one too. I'll get these videos out the way. Lovers of themselves more than lovers of the Most High. Look at this.
What's your name?
Anna.
What's your name?
Anna.
Why you looking like that?
Cause what happened? You walking up to me mad, like what happened? What you doing?
I'm Justin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Said
and this is, listen, y'all, this is the aggression that New York girls give off. You know what I'm saying? It's just getting worse and worse. Right? This is a typical New York chick right here. Typical. You'll see all of them. You'll see one of them every other block. But this has been psychologically induced into our women though. It's not for no reason. The artists that they promote out there, because of course our sisters, our younger sisters, and our younger brothers, they're gonna see these artists and try to mimic what they see, mimic what they're hearing them say, and try to live that as if it's real life. It's not real life. But
come on, number your phone.
Why?
Like, you ain't got to. I ain't forcing you to do nothing. You don't have to. What you do?
I'm a social media influencer, I'm a model, I'm a hairstylist, and I do OnlyFans.
What? He asked her, what do you do? Basically, like, what do you do for a living? She said, I'm an influencer, I'm a hairdresser, I'm a model, and I do OnlyFans. And she's saying that openly to a stranger with a camera. And this thing got like 7.7 million views. So millions of people seen her say that. That she does it. She's on OnlyFans. Now, like I said, how is that fair to her future husband? How is that conversation gonna go, you know, when her future husband says to her, yeah, so, you know, tell me how you grew up. Yeah, you know, when I was 19, I had an OnlyFans account, and And the thing is sad because they're not thinking past their youth. They're not thinking past that. They're just thinking right now. And it's exactly what we were reading in 2 Timothy. And if you think the Bible is made up, think again. Because we're seeing this whole thing play out.
So what? You doing? Why?
Because, for fun.
Because she does OnlyFans because it's fun. It's no real reason. Lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High. Another example.
Because I got the clout. Hello.
So let me ask you this. What's the most you done made in a month?
OnlyFans?
Yeah.
$70K.
$7,000 she made on OnlyFans. And God knows what's going on in OnlyFans. God knows. My Lord.
What you got to do tonight?
Don't play with me. Are you dumb? You're fried.
I ain't talking about that, bro.
All right. I don't even got to see. Can y'all believe that? OnlyFans. Yo, what you do for a living? Yeah, I'm a model. I'm an Instagram influencer, and I do OnlyFans. This is what we have come to. And what's crazy is they cannot see how dysfunctional that looks and sounds. Like, how is it that they feel like this is just the reality of it? And it goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. The whole way this whole system is set up as far as classism. Oh, you're not cool if you're not doing this. Well, we're all doing OnlyFans. So if you don't do OnlyFans, you're corny. You stand over there. Oh, what? You not scamming? Oh, you know what? Since you ain't scamming, then stand over there. You ain't got money, but you didn't work for that. Huh? Hold on. I gotta show this. If I could find it. I gotta find. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Look, let me show y'all this. I gotta show y'all this because it's not just our young women who's being overtaken. Look at this. Our young men also got to look at this too, because the sisters they got to look pretty and all of this stuff, but the boys, our young brothers, right? This is what they gotta this is what they gotta deal with.
How to get some motion, yo. This can make y'all over $10,000 a month if y'all do everything right.
How to get what? Motion.
All right, so look, I'm about to teach y'all how to get some motion, yo. This can make y'all over $10,000 a month if y'all do everything right.
Look, and this is what our younger men are seeing, and they thinking it's easy, and they get caught up in this flashing money. It probably could be prop money. It probably not even real money, but you know that's how they get you though.
Right, I'm telling y'all, this is the best money-making method in 2023. So to get started, you're gonna need an iPhone, you're gonna need Cash App, and you're gonna need Instagram. I'm sure you have an iPhone, Cash App, and Instagram, bro. So if you qualify, we can go on to the next step. So what you wanna do is, you wanna go to Instagram, and you wanna make a brand new account. After you make...
So now they teaching our young men how to scam. And I don't know about y'all, I always be getting these Cash App links. Like these random text messages. Everybody is scamming someone, bro. And what I do, I see that text, I swipe over, delete, and report as junk.
Make your brand new account, you want to go to your profile and you want to click edit profile. Then you're going to need to change your account into a professional account. Once you switch to a professional account, it's going to ask you what category are you in. Make sure you click comedian, bro. You want to put your category as comedian. All right,
so now this is also showing how lazy young men has become. How lazy they became, or we've become. It's not, yo, go get a job like we used to do. Yo, I'm gonna show you how to put it in motion right now. Just all you need is Cash App, Instagram, right? A fake number. Like, are you kidding me? And this is what our young men is chasing after. There was a dude. Hold on, I gotta find who he is. I forgot what his name is on this thing. What am I doing? I'm typing on the wrong keyboard. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this real quick for y'all. Cause like, yo, it's almost to the point where forget getting a job. Hold on, where am I? Yeah, this is the dude. This is the dude I was looking for. I want to show y'all this. This is who our young man is trying to be like. Look at this guy right here. Hold on. I gotta show this because this is what's keeping our people stuck in a rat race. And they end up wasting their youth on pipe dreams. This dude goes by the name of Bandman Kevo. Bandman Kevo.
We're sending a 98 seater and trying to get one like that.
How much is that?
That one should be like around maybe 15, 20 mil.
Oh, okay. 15, 20 mil, yeah. So these boat shows is where all the money be at, as y'all see. You know, cheap creeps here. Straight money.
Yeah, 32 meters.
So I don't know if at this point if he's trying to buy a yacht or I don't know. But he's big on the scamming thing. I'm surprised that he's even operating right now. I don't know how. Maybe he's a plant. I don't know.
A little bit hot today.
All right, let's get to the point.
All right, so
here
when you come in here,
they have a lot of like round.
I don't care about what y'all talking about.
Exactly. So the designer Akile, so what he did is everything.
Let me get another video because this is I can't. I'm not with all of this. Right. Look at this. Biggest scam of. Let's look at this guy.
All right, listen, y'all. Today we're gonna talk about 2023 methods. One of the first methods that I want to tell y'all about is the wire transfer method. You have to be careful. A lot of scammers target a younger audience in smaller towns. With that being said, they promise that they can make you a whole lot of money. 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s. They can wire to your account. They go after banks that's easily, able to take these type of wires as well.
So on one hand, we got our sisters creating OnlyFans and trying to get quick money that way, and then on the other hand, with our young men, we got our young men watching scammers on how to make a quick flip, scamming people, making money, and doing God knows what, going crazy with it. And then by the time they old and gray, what happened to all of that money that you had? You said, yeah, man, we blew it all, We just spent it on what? just just having fun. This is where it's at.
You looking for some quick cash? You late on your bills?
See, quick cash. Heady, high-minded, proud, boasters.
You late on a car note? You owe somebody some money? You want to start a business? So you thinking that maybe, this one scam I do, it might work and it might change my life. It's not really gonna happen exactly like that.
Yeah, he don't know. He came into my mind, and I wanted to play. I've seen him a couple of times on YouTube, right? But this is what our younger generation is wasting their time doing. Nah, forget about working hard and trying to establish something with your own hands and trying to be a virtuous and humble sister. Nah. I want it the fast way, however I could get it. Right? You know what? Let me see something real quick. Let me go here with it. Right? Let me go here with it. What am I looking for? Not the chat. What is this? No. Got it. Let's go here with it. Let me see what's going on. I'm about to go to the calls now. So that way I want to hear some people I want to hear some of y'all feedback on this. If I could even open this thing up, it won't even come up for me. Okay, here it goes. All right. I'm bringing into the queue right now Asim. So it's ESME. Hopefully I'm saying it right. You got to unmute yourself so that way that people can hear you.
Is it me? Esme?
Esme, yes. How you doing?
Okay, hi. I'm okay. No, I caught the beginning and stuff. Yes, time is so precious. It is. It's like the one commodity that once it's gone, you can't make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning, you were talking about the thing of the rice and everything, and it's just like when you grow up in a really unloving, unrighteous environment,
Mm-hmm.
it's you don't know any better. You
Right.
just think everybody is like that. Shalom. And so I actually started
Oh, your background is really loud.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Hang on. Yeah, that's me. I'm on Zoom right now with okay, so all right, sorry about that. We're going into choir practice right now.
Oh, okay. What body you from?
Chicago.
Oh, Chicago's in the house. Okay, Chicago's in the house.
Yeah. So what I ended up having to convince myself that I wasn't the garbage that I was led to believe. I would literally look in the mirror and tell myself that, you're beautiful, even though I didn't believe it. I told myself that I was worthy of love, and I didn't believe that either. So, eventually I had to you have to fake it to, till you can make it. So, eventually, it just, it's not like it, I didn't convince myself right away. Not at all. But I was like, I can't live with self-loathing. I can't live with all these horrible,
And but let me ask you,
in my head.
Esme, let me ask you: Is it because are you saying that because of your upbringing, that's what made you?
Yeah, because of my upbringing. Yeah,
okay.
You're stupid, you're worthless. You're good for nothing. you know.
So you saying you took those on?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, but then in the end, it actually built me because I remember that I was 8 years old and I was cleaning something, and my dad was just like, "She's only gonna be good for one thing," and I just stopped cleaning and I ran to him and I said, "What is it? Because whatever it is, I'm gonna be the best at it." Now I'm a child, so I don't know what it is. Okay. And he just looked at me and I begged him, "Please tell me what it is." You know, and I was just so hurt by that. Like, man, this man does not love me at all because he won't even tell me what I can do. So at least I can practice and be like the best, whatever. So in the end, I ended up going into so many different career paths. Like I could do anything. Like I am now to the point where I really don't have limits. Like, oh no, I can't go skydiving. No, did that. You know, like just anything, because I was always told you can't, you're not good enough, you're too stupid, you know, you're too ugly, you're too dark, you know, just like anything. And it's just like, you know, I was like, no, I'm going to prove everyone wrong. And I did. I ended up being very successful. But here's the thing is, it's because of the society that we live in. I climbed up the ladder of success, but you know what? Here's the kickers. I put it on the wrong wall. And to realize that the loneliness and all the horrible things that I felt once I got to the top, and still the rejection that I still felt unworthy.
So let me ask you this. So you actually became that independent, strong Black or Latina sister.
Yes.
That was you. Okay.
Yeah.
And you saying that once you've achieved that, you still was lonely.
Oh yeah. I mean, I even actually felt even worse because I proved everyone wrong, that I wasn't a piece of garbage. I wasn't stupid. That I was very good at many number of things. I have so many talents, and I finally get to show it off to the Chicago body.
Praise the Most High. Though. You see, it's used for something though. Praise the Most High.
Yeah. So anyways, the thing about it is that, you know, to shamefully have to go down the ladder of success. And then I think that's when like my spiritual awakening really began, because I was just so empty inside, because the society has nothing of real substance to offer us.
Right. Yeah.
To offer anyone. And I was like, you know what? I'm just, you know, I just went inside and I just like introspected a lot. I did a lot of reflection. I healed them. It took decades though to heal a lot of old wounds. I mean, it wasn't until basically I was like 40 did I finally look in the mirror and say, not that bad.
Right. But, you know? but let me ask this. 'Cause I know you got the choir rehearsal soon.
Yeah.
But was your ambition or your thirst for success, was it to fit in or to prove any, like, you know, just to fit in a certain demographic of people? Because everybody kept saying you was going to be nothing. So did you do that to prove them wrong? Yeah, one, to prove them wrong, but to also be in a social status where, you know, no one could say anything bad about you.
Exactly. I thought that would bring me acceptance and love. The love that I have been craving my whole entire life. And it was because no one would willingly, voluntarily choose to love the misery of a person that I am, and that I look toward God. And I'm so thankful, because I think had any man have loved me, I think I would have put all my hope in him. And unfortunately, we as humans are fallible. And I know whoever, you know, would have let me down. And I think that probably would have soured me even more. So I'm actually kind of glad that, you know, but it is what it is. Like, I don't feel the loneliness anymore. I feel content. You know, I don't need to prove anything because I've already proven it.
Right.
I just choose not to, because my family looks at me like you choose not to work at these jobs where you can be making so much more money. And it's just like, for what? I don't need it.
Right. And,
you know,
and
I've
praise the
been
Most
on
High that He
vacation.
gave you this truth, so that way it actually filled the void of that emptiness that you was chasing for. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
And let me ask you before you go too, what would be your advice to a young sister who's listening right now?
Don't buy into the hype, because you're going to end up leaving empty. Whatever anybody's adoration of you for that temporal moment, just remember it's temporal. It will not last very long. You will regret a lot of things if you go down that path. And
well said.
You're better than that.
Well said, and wise words with your age, right? So, you know, the Most High brought you through all of that. And like I said, you know, we made the mistake so that way they don't have to. So, you know, praise the Most High for your testimony. Praise the Most High for where He's brought you and to where you are now. And, you know, you're definitely a great example for our younger sisters.
Yeah. Well, the water and well, we're gonna get here practicing because everybody's waiting for me to end it.
Okay. Well, you know, greet everybody. Tell everybody I said shalom. Right.
Okay. Yep.
Have a great rehearsal.
Right.
Rock the house.
All right. Yeah. We're gonna rock it.
All right. Shalom, sis. Shalom. Wow, such a great call. And you see, here's an example. Here, brothers and sisters, we have an example of one of our own sisters who was chasing trying to climb up the social ladder, social and the financial ladder, and she's done it. And at the end, she sat back and realized, for what? For what? So my younger sisters, please take heed, right? Take heed and don't allow this system, right? Don't allow this system to make you feel less than, man. This world is gonna run you dry trying to keep up with these people. This world was created to tear us away from the Most High. Everybody who's watching this right now have to come to terms with that. We all have to come to terms and realize that this life, or this, not our lives, but this world, this system that we're living in, because our life come from the Most High, but this system that we have to live in was designed to break you down to the point of fatigue and like, yo, you know what? It is what it is. Let me just roll over now and just let them have their way with me. So we got to understand that this system was never made for us. Nothing is ever going to be sufficient for us here. So we could chase and chase and chase to what? To at the end really realize, okay, I really wasted my time. I wasted my younger years trying to be something that I was not supposed to be. Right? It's crazy. It's crazy. And you know what? Before I go to the next call, let me play this video, man, because I like the way, where am I? I like the way he broke this down. And I'm gonna play it because what she said, Esme, what that sister said, right? It reminded me of this video. I seen this earlier today too as well. Let me pull this up.
Well, I definitely think there's a culture of, and this has been going on for a long time, boss babe, you don't need no man, go make a bunch of money, focus on your career, spend your 20s focusing on your career, have casual sex, date a bunch of men, figure out what you like, rack up a high body count, focus on your career, then you hit your 30s, and then you realize, working for some corporation, being a wage slave isn't really all it's cracked up to be, and it's actually rather stressful, and it's actually rather unfulfilling. And look, if you want to go be a career woman, that's fine, but I think a lot of women do that, and then they reach the finish line, they have their amazing career, but they don't have a family, they don't have kids, they're in their mid-30s, then you maybe have started aging out of even having children, and you realize that being some wage slave for some corporation that doesn't give a f about you, being submissive to your employer instead of your husband, isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Y'all heard that? being submissive to a corporation than to your own husband is not all that cracked up to be. And this is the things that we have to deal with, right? And I believe a lot of women are starting to realize, like, yo, we were sold a lie. This feminism thing that they're giving us, man, we have been sold a lie. Why is this thing not coming up? I can't see. 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to find. It's not coming up. Let me see something here. Okay, here it goes. Yeah, this is what I was looking for, because I could not find it for the life of me. All right. Let me pull in another caller, man. I seen you waiting. All right. Christopher, I got you coming in. I got you coming in, Christopher. Waiting for you to connect your audio. So connect your audio so that way we can have this conversation. If not, I'm gonna have to put you back in the queue and come back to you. I'll go to the next call. Man. You gotta unmute yourself. I see you got your audio set up now. All you gotta do is unmute. Going once. Going twice.
Shalom.
All right, shalom.
Shalom, Deacon. Shalom.
Shalom. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's going on with you, brother?
Yes. I was watching those type of especially those type of podcasts. For example, about the sister and the young brothers having sex to a lot of women or a lot of men. And I want to say, especially to my brother and sister, brothers, be careful. Don't you know about the STD or herpes or those kind of things?
Yeah.
And especially for those who take that.
Excuse me?
Those who take the if
yeah.
you know what I mean.
The juice.
Uh-huh.
The Dr. Strange juice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So yes, for example, I want to be married, but when I see those kind of videos, it's kind of, scare me because, I want to, marry in the righteous way. But when I see those videos, it kind of scares me. Okay,
but let me tell you something. You don't have to be scared. You know why? Because you're not going to look for a sister out there in the world. Those are the sisters that you see in the world, and those videos that you watching, podcast videos or whatever it is you're seeing. Those sisters are the examples of the women that you should stay away from.
And you know what, Deacon? You're right about that, Deacon. Let me talk about this. When I came to the truth, I don't know. It's like my spirit. For example, when I see a sister post in the bikini or that, I don't know. My spirit's like, nah, I don't want that. No, get on my face. Nah, no, thank you. I don't know. It's like when I come to the truth, my spirit's like, okay, don't go to that sister. Okay, don't do that. Oh, don't do that.
Right.
But when before I came to the truth, I was looking to know those type of women.
Of course.
But now I came to the truth, my spirit like changed. Like, no, I don't want that.
Right.
So that's one of the advice I want to, to dress up.
Well, praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. Thank you for calling in, man, and thank you for giving your insight, man. And listen, man, like I think I told you this before. Focus on building yourself as a young man.
Yes.
And the right woman is gonna come. She's gonna come. Trust me.
Yes, and Deacon, I don't know. You can, if the most high will. I don't know. Well, I don't know that YouTube is allowed to make a podcast what they're releasing in the world. Those real creatures they're releasing in the world.
The what? I'm sorry.
Because they are releasing some real weird creatures.
Oh,
It's not. Yes.
yeah. I've seen a couple of videos on those things. I mean, we'll see. I'll probably show some of them that they're creating out there. But as in the days of Noah, Christ told us. So they're gonna be doing a lot of weird stuff. Splicing animals, creating these new chimeras, and all of these things. So, as we get towards the end, that these are the things we're gonna start seeing. They're gonna start just releasing.
So
they had these things already. They had them already.
So that means I'm lucky. I'm left here right now because I remember years ago. I don't know how I'm still alive. I go in the woods and I have many dogs. But because my grandma has a lot of money, she's selling a lot of things. So she has the kind of money. And I go to my dogs in the woods.
Right.
And I hear the dogs. Okay, it sounds like fantasy for those new, but my eyes when my eyes see that, I was scared. I don't know, I'm still alive. The dog was barking, and then I thought it was another animal, but then I saw a weird creature like Smeagol for Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
It scared me. It scared me so much. I was little. I think I was 7. I still remember that creature. It was pale gray, long arms and legs.
Really?
I got so scared. Yes, I got so scared I couldn't move. And the creature came back, and the creature was looking at me.
Well, praise the Most High, you got out of there.
And the dogs start fighting the weak creatures.
Really? Oh, they was protecting you.
Yes, the creature ran away, but the creature was so weird. It was like a skinwalker, like a Smeagol of the Lord of the Rings.
And where you at? South America?
No, I'm in the island. I don't know if you know, they have American base.
What's the name of the island you on?
The Curacao Caribbean.
Oh, Curacao.
Yes, and they have American base here, and nobody can go over there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna definitely keep you in prayer.
I heard a story. They have an underground base over here.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what? We're gonna save that conversation for another topic, for another time. But
because I want to say, if the most High will, if some podcast of that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll think about it. I'll see what I could do. But right now, we're gonna focus on this topic. But thank you for your call. You understand? I'm gonna get to the rest of these people. But yeah, man. But like I said, they've already been having these weird creatures out there. They've always had them. They've always been experimenting. We're just now starting to see them. So praise the Most High that we don't gotta physically deal with them at this point in time. But when the time come, the time come. But thanks for the call, Christopher. I'm gonna go to the next call. I'm gonna put you back in the queue, my brother. Always appreciate your call. I got Eunice, and then I got Danita after this. So Eunice Gray, when you ready, you can unmute yourself. You have to unmute.
Shalom.
Hey, shalom, sister. What's going on?
Not much. As always, you're bringing an eye-opening lesson. And look, when I was in my teens, I'm in my 40s now. I'm not embarrassed to say my age. Mm-hmm. When I was a teenager, and in your early 20s, going through the motions, you have that persona life. It's all about me. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. Like more than what people are trying to tell you, because you think they haven't been through anything, when they're trying to keep you from going through the same unfortunate events that they went through. But you have that mindset of,
I know it
all about me.
Right, yeah.
But
we all came from that.
Yeah, but when you have kids, it gotta stop being about you.
Right.
because it's not about you anymore. You brought children into this world. They come before you.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you. So how was it for you? Did you see? Did you set yourself back in your youth?
I was raised by my grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
so she did all that she knew. She was from the South. She was from Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up on a farm. I thank her for having such a strong work ethic,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it was kind of damaging because she told me not to ever depend on a man for anything. And in a way that's true, but in a way that's not. Because in the Bible it says, man shall leave his parents and cling to his wife. The wife is the helpmeet. So in turn, you all help each other. So it's not about you, it's not about him, but the both of you growing spiritually as well as physically together, helping each other.
Well, sister, let me help you out with that thought though. And you see, it's not your fault. It's not our grandmother's fault. Our single mother's fault that raised us. They raised us with the mentality that they was dealing with at that point in time. You understand? Single mothers having to raise children, having to be the mother and the father. So it's going to be natural for the woman to teach the next their daughters or their granddaughters, don't depend on a man. Don't depend on a man. But when we look at Adam and Eve was created to depend on Adam. And we see what happened when she walked away from Adam. Chaos. Right? So we gotta as women, as younger women teaching or older women teaching the younger women, we gotta step away from that mentality of teaching our younger sisters don't depend on a man. Nah, we gotta teach our women to depend on men, because if we don't, then we're gonna see more generation of women being on the feminist side. Oh, I could do it myself. I could do this. I could this, and we have plenty of examples of women coming out now in their later years saying, "Yo, I was duped. I was sold a dream because now I'm still lonely. I'm still this. I'm still that." So we got to get back to what the Most High actually established, right? And I'm gonna read that too after this call. I'm gonna read that too, so that way we could get, we could put this into proper perspective on how the roles of the younger men and the younger women should be, and the fact that we're not being taught by the older generations. This is the reason why we're seeing videos of young sisters, young beautiful sisters talking about I'm on OnlyFans. You was not created for OnlyFans. We got videos of younger brothers, get quick fast, get rich quick schemes and all of that, showing people methods that's gonna land them into jail. That's not what life is about. So I understand that your grandma, she did the best that she could do, just with what she knew, what she had, and I'm pretty sure you turned out right. You have any children?
Yes, I've been married for 10 years and I have 4 children.
Praise the Most High.
I have 5 children, and marriage is not easy.
It's not.
But I thank the Most High for humbling me enough to say, well, this is my husband. And being submissive, it doesn't mean getting on your hands and knees and saying, "Yes, master."
You tell me what submissive means.
It means your husband is trying to make the best decisions that he can for the family.
Mm-hmm.
And he is your protector. And that's what men are supposed to do. They're supposed to protect their family.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up for their family.
Right.
And us women need to stop being with this mentality, I'm independent. I don't need no man. Yes, you're gonna need a man.
Right.
Because one day, Babylon is gonna fall. Where's your husband?
Right.
Where's your protector?
Mm-hmm.
It says in the Bible, men are going to be rare like gold. What does that mean?
And you see, it's all a play on words. They gave us the word independent when, or independent black woman when there's no such thing as an independent. You cannot be independent from a man. The word is supposed to be dependent, because without the man there, what do you have? Right? Somebody breaking the house, you're gonna be looking for a man to come in. Hey, stop him from coming in here, or whatever the case is. You can't do it by yourself. Granted, we got some strong sisters out there. I ain't gonna overlook y'all strong sisters who could put a brother in a headlock. But at the end of the day, certain works or certain acts need men, right? So we gotta be able to honor each vessel. The men, honor them for their position, and honor our women for their position, because say like you said it too, we both two come together and become one. But praise the Most High. I definitely appreciate your insight, and I appreciate you teaching that to the sisters too. Like, marriage ain't easy. You've been married 15 years. You got 4 children. Praise the Most High. You understand?
Praise the Most High.
And you got some experience that you could share with the younger sisters on how to be submissive to their husbands or their future husbands, or what to look for. So praise the Most High for that.
Praise the Most High.
Khan, my sister.
My brothers. Right. Thank you.
All praises, all praises. Thank you for the call. All right. So I'll put you back in the queue. I got Danita first, and then I got Rosie after. Right? All right. You got to unmute yourself, Sister Danita, from the DMV. What's going on?
Hey, Shalom.
Shalom. What's going on, sis?
I just want to say another good topic tonight. It's funny how the Spirit worked, how the Holy Spirit be like in all of us, showing us different things. Because this week, just this morning, I was listening to and now I know everybody don't agree with Candace Owens, but I had to agree with her this morning on what she said about marriage. And it's so important. Basically, she was talking to some girls from OnlyFans, a sex worker, and 2 sex workers, an OnlyFans girl that does OnlyFans, and she's in a relationship, mind y'all, and a sex therapist. Now, the sex therapist is apparently gone viral because she's screwing all her clients. And that's a whole nother topic. I don't even want to talk about the sex therapist. I want to get into it.
What was the ages of those women that was in OnlyFans and all of that? What was their ages?
Well, the sex therapist was 46.
Okay.
The OnlyFans girl that's in a relationship with a guy, she was 21. The 2 sex workers were 22 and 23.
Young babies. Okay.
I looked at that video. I felt sorry for them. And the reason why I felt sorry for them is, as your title said, is they're ruining their youth. They have no idea that not only the men that are looking at that podcast with Candace Owens and what she had to say and all that, this is being played out through this whole Generation Z, and they don't even see it. Like, they don't even recognize the damage that will come to their life when they do want to settle down.
Of course, yeah. They're not seeing it. Right.
They're not seeing it. And everybody is telling them, like, a decent man, and I can honestly speak from, like, my fast track life is when I was a teenager. I didn't do that act of, sleeping with random guys and all that. I knew people who did it, and they're single right now. They're not in committed relationships. They got multiple children by different men. They're miserable.
Right.
Whereas with me, all praises to the Most High, I was blessed enough to meet my husband at 26.
Praise the Most High.
So just in time, and I was in college. So I was blessed, and I say that because so many sisters have this mindset of thinking like, I'm just going to live for now. I'm going to make the money. I'm going to go to school, and I don't need a man. You're wrong. Because we're coming into some trying times where, like the last sister said, you're going to need a man for not only providing, but protection.
Yep.
You need a man for wisdom.
Right.
We don't see it like that, but the Most High instills in the man, not the woman. He instills into the man what he wants for his household, what he wants for that journey. So if you don't have a man protecting you, your family, and keeping you on the righteous path, because look at our sisters. We're smart, we're beautiful, and all these things. But if not tamed right, I don't want to say tamed, but if not under the right hedge, we're wild. We're wild. And you see that in this world now. You see the girls that gone wild.
Right.
And they're watching these TV shows and they idolizing these actresses. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh, this one's beautiful. Yeah, they're beautiful and lonely. They're beautiful and their beauty is wasting away.
Right. And they don't see it though. They don't see it. And you said something that brought my memory back. I remember years ago they used to sell those videos called Girls Gone Wild. I remember. You saying that, I was like, yo, you just took me back to the past.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe that they had stuff like that. Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah, and that was in the. I mean, I'm telling my age, everybody, but I'm an '80s baby. All places that I was born in the '80s to see what good looks like and what bad looks like.
Right.
What does a righteous woman look like, and what does a harlot look like? And my mom told me and my sister growing up, women don't curse. Women don't show their body parts. Women don't talk out of turn to men. My mother told us these things. So she's like, if you want to be married and you want to have a husband, you have to know how to be seen and know how to be talked to by a man, be treated by a man.
Right.
It's just those things I learned from my parents, having a mom and a dad. And I tell people that all the time. When you have a stable mom and dad, notice I said stable, you'll be fine.
Right. Praise the Most High. Nah, definitely, man. You hit on so much points, man, and it's so important. And I'm about to read that scripture too. You touched on a lot of good points, man. And praise the Most High that the Most High has kept you, and now you're definitely an example for the youngsters. So, like, real quick, before I let you go, what advice would you give to the younger people right now, since you're on the line?
First, self-control. Learning how to have self-control in this society. Learning how to take yourself out the way. Because really, that's what the Most High did for me. He had to literally move me out the way and take everything, strip me of everything for me to be the woman I am today. So these young girls that's all about me, and it's my time and this, that, when you have nothing to lean on and it's just you and your career and you're in a position where that job tells you what to do and you can't take it anymore, a lot of these sisters is going to fold because they don't have anybody to lean on. You made it about you. You took the man out the way. You stripped the man.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to do anything for you. So all you have is you. And that's not a good look.
Right.
So for the young sisters, reevaluate your life and reevaluate how you talk to men and treat men. Because every guy is not a bad guy. There is really some nice, decent, righteous men out here.
Right. You just gotta find them. Right. And you know, forget finding them. Find the Most High. That's what I should say.
Find the Most High.
Find the Most High. God, praise the Most High. Sister Dania, you know it's always a pleasure having you on. So I'm gonna
sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you back in the queue, and I'm gonna definitely, you know, definitely keep you in prayer as well too. You and your family, man. Praise the Most High.
Shalom.
Right, Shalom. And praise the Most High for that, man. You know, we need more examples, man. We need the wisdom, man. And I'm happy that a lot of the sisters who's been there, done that, are calling in and giving righteous examples. I got you next, Rosie. I see you in the queue, but let me. I wanted to read this. Let me read this real quick. Not you. We already read this already. So we in the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, "But speak thou the things which becometh sound doctrine." Right? Listen to this. "That the aged man be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, and patience. The aged woman likewise," right? "That they be in behavior as becometh holiness. Not false accusers," like we read earlier, right? "Not false accusers, not given to much wine, but teachers of good things." Teachers of good things for what? "That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands." So this is what the older women are supposed to be teaching our younger sisters, for them to be sober. And I was gonna play some videos too of girls' trips to Miami. In the first 5 minutes of the videos, they all taking shots and going crazy. No one was there to teach them to be sober. It's uncomely for women to be out in public drinking and out their mind and belligerent, and it's uncomely. But they don't understand that. They think they're having fun. It's girls' trip. Listen, anything with a girls' trip in it, bro, like, I already know it's nothing good. Unless the sisters are righteous. Even that, I still gotta have my eye like this, like, yo. All right. But it says that they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. And what is that? What is that actually teaching the younger woman? To be keepers at home. Right? See? To be discreet. You're not loud. You're not clamorous. You're not all in a man's face. You're not on OnlyFans. You're not doing that. To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home. You're not running the streets. You're not going on girl trips. Like, that don't exist. I don't know where that came from. To be good, to be obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. And you blaspheme the word of the Most High when you operate outside of that with your husband. You're not a keeper out. You're not keepers at home. You're not obedient. You're not good. You're not loving your children. You're not loving your husband. You're not respecting your husband. I seen a post where some man said he had this female employee, and she would talk to him real nice. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. And then one day he overheard her talking to her husband, and, "Why are you calling me? I told you don't call. I'm still at work." After she got off the phone with her husband, he comes in the room and she's like, "Hey, can I speak to you?" She's like, "Oh, yes, boss. Yes." Real nice and kind. And he said to her, "Don't ever talk to me better than you talk to your own husband." And he said after that I had to fire her like a couple of weeks later because it was crazy. So can you believe that? Some of these women talk nice and sweet and pleasant to their boss, but when it comes to their husband, they loud, they rude, and all of that. It's crazy. We gotta get things. We gotta do better. And it says also Titus 2 verse 6. Young men, y'all didn't escape this. You young brothers. Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded. You're not always high all day. You can't get a job because you're always high. Hello? Of course you can't get a job. You're high. In all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, working with your hands, putting yourself to use, not being lazy, a sluggard. Right? In doctrine, meaning you should know the doctrine. You, as young men, you should know where you stand in this doctrine. Showing uncorruptness, gravity, meaning you're stable. You're not tossed to and fro, trying to be here, trying to be there. You trying to make a quick buck. You trying to get rich quick. Gravity. Since you have sincerity, everything that you do it with sincerity of heart. Because you're not doing it for man, you're doing it for the Most High. Sound speech. Broaden your vocabulary, for God's sakes. It's not going to hurt you to not use the N-word or cursing after every sentence. There's some young men out there, they can't say one complete sentence without having a curse in it. Sound speech that cannot be condemned. That he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed. You see? So if you have sound speech and you can you can carry a conversation and you could speak well without using curse words, you put the other young men around you to shame, because why? You're not talking like how they're talking. You're gonna make the other young men around you feel like, yo, I shouldn't be using these words around him because he coming around. And you're gonna see it. They're gonna be saying certain curse words around you, certain things around you. They're gonna say, yo, excuse me, I'm sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. Because they're gonna know. It says that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. All right, you see that? Having no evil thing. So this is what we gotta be teaching our young men, our young women, us older generation. We gotta teach them this, right? We have to. We gotta be the ones to show them. Because if not us, then we leave them to their own devices. And all those videos that we see, that's what we got. That's the next generation. All right, so I got Rosie coming in. It says joining. I'll give it some time. Right? Praise the Most High, man. I'm really happy about this conversation. I'm really excited. And let me go to the comment section, man. Once again, family, continue hitting that like button, continue sharing this content. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. Subscribe if you haven't done so, right? And let's keep this thing going. I don't know why it's I'm trying to add Rosie, but it's not going. So I'm gonna give you some time and I got Thaparat in. After this, I got Hyamin. Right? So be ready. So I got Thaparat. You gotta connect your audio so that way we can have this conversation. Yeah, man, and this is what it is, man. You younger brothers, just sit down and read. Start reading. Start looking up words. Change your vernacular. Start incorporating different words in your vocabulary. And when you speak, people's gonna be like, "Yo, something's different about this brother right here." You see how he speaks? He don't speak like the rest of us. Unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself, Thaparat. You're in.
Shalom, Deacon Hazard.
Hey, Shalom. What's going on?
Nothing much. My takeaway from this pretty much is it's life and death inside the tongue. And I wanted to agree or share a brief story or testimony, however, about that, how true that really is, because I recall myself, I'm about to be 28 next week.
Oh, praise the Most High, 28, okay.
I know that I remember as I was growing up, I instilled in myself, I guess, or pretty much embedded in myself to be the opposite of what I was told for the most part, because even if it's very few times of someone speaking negatively to you or about you, it can tear you down and affect your confidence. So I trained myself from that point just to be the opposite, trained my mind to be the opposite of what they was telling me. I had one person about 16, 17 years old, where my uncle, it was my, someone who dated my aunt, and he was my uncle. He wasn't my blood uncle, but in my eyes, he was my uncle.
Right.
And still is, but he had said, was building me up, you special, you the prize, and that's something that has stuck with me, even up to now, still to this day, that allowed me to understand, my value, that I am valuable,
right.
And I always had, I was young, trying to, certain things, certain morals, and certain ways that I was, and certain things that I was doing, it was it's naturally in us as women to be a nurturer, to be a help me, or just to have that love spirit. Because I felt myself doing a lot of that at such a young age,
Hello. You still with us? Probably, it sounded like she was driving too. Probably hit a dead spot. Hello. Oh, can't hear her anymore. I might have to put you back in the queue until I can hear you, because I can't hear you anymore, sis. She probably lost reception or something. All right, you know what? Yeah, I had some questions for her as well too. Let me see if I give her a couple of more minutes or seconds. I don't know, minutes. Oh, she came off. All right. If you can, Thaparat, call back in. All right, I'll put you back in. Right. Okay, Rosie is in now. You got to unmute yourself, sis.
Hello?
Hey, Shalom. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
How you doing, sis? Your background's your background's a little loud. You watching something else in the background?
A television.
Oh, okay. That's sound like a good commercial going on right now.
Yes.
That commercial trying to sell you something. All right, but what's going on, sis? What's going on?
Yeah, so I just want to give a pretty expedited testimony.
Okay. That's your baby?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 28.
28. Okay.
So, growing up, I was the youngest of 10 children. And I was pretty love bombed. I
You
was
said
love
you said
bombed by,
you said love bombed?
yes,
Okay.
I was love bombed.
Do me a favor. Can you lower down the TV a little bit?
Yes, I got you.
All
Hold
right.
on.
I know you probably got something on for the baby watching.
I got you.
All right, that's better now.
All right. So, like I said, I was the youngest of 10 children. So, everyone just, loved all over me, which led me to getting older, not having a full understanding of how real life was. I didn't have the knowledge of God, basically. So that led me to being very open and very free-hearted with giving out love to a lot of men.
Right.
And I mean a lot of men. So I was just constantly being used and lied to and misguided, abused, in every sense, verbal, physical, emotional. So by the time I turned old enough, 17, 18, I had my first child, and that's when the Most High first spoke to me. And so I realized I was blinded by love. Like, I was thinking, people gonna love me back. I'm a love being, they gonna love me back, everything is good. And it never worked out that way. Then God talked to me for the first time and basically told me I was going to hell because of the type of lifestyle I was living, and it's all lies. So ever since then, from 17 to now 28, basically a decade in, I realized all that I've been through because of the lack of God's knowledge, but love bombing from my family and friends and everything. I realize now that I have a hard time with actually allowing a man to, if he even wanted to do right by me. I have a hard time with just opening up to men. So, yeah, that's pretty much my expedited testimony that God is good. His word is real, and his power is even more realer. It's just right now, I don't pray for marriage. I just pray to be a better woman overall, because I got so much taken away from me at a young age due to me not knowing what the purpose of my life was supposed to be. So yeah, that's it.
Well, first I want to say, I'm sorry that you went through what you went through coming up. Nobody deserves to go through any of that, but the Most High did bring you through all of that. Through all of that, the struggles, the everything that you was going through coming up to now, you can't say it for once the Most High was never with you. Most High has brought you through all of that. Despite despite whatever men did what to you or whatever it is, don't hold that against them. Right?
I don't.
Because holding those things in, it stunts our growth spiritually and mentally too. And there's a lot of things that the Most High is not going to be able to do in our lives if we hold on to hate, or past hurt and trauma. You gotta, I'm pretty sure you've learned to release that, and that's why you're here. And I find that once you're able to release those feelings and you no longer harbor those feelings, it's easier for you to talk about these things.
Yeah.
And I wanna thank you and commend you for your bravery and even sharing that. I'm gonna clap that up for you. You know what I'm saying? I just thank you for your bravery for sharing that.
Thank you.
And I wanna say to you, what advice could you give someone who's 17, 18? Are you right now?
So if I could actually talk to my younger self right now for what I know now, back then.
Right.
Well, it wasn't, I can't say it wasn't my doing. So I would just question a whole hell of a lot of more stuff. Right. I would just question a lot more. I would ask a lot more questions. I would want to know, like, what is the end of me doing that? Like, if I do that thing, what will I gain from it? And if there's no gain, then I don't want to do it. Because at the end of the day, that's just what we do, right? We're supposed to put our time and energy into things that we could get back out from, right?
Yeah.
Everything is recycling. So if it's not going to recycle, then it's a waste of time. So I would just question myself and my decisions, the people around me, I would question them. And I would just be more serious within myself and not think everything is fun and games.
I like that answer. I like that. And I hope, everybody who's listening take notes, and could take away from what our sister just said. Question everything. What is the purpose of me doing this? Learning to reason and not just living for the right now. And I think that's what a lot of our younger generation, even us sometimes too, we live for right now. We don't live for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We don't look past being 18. We just see it like, yo, I'm just doing this. I'm having fun. But to what expense? You understand what I'm saying? And what body you from, sister?
I'm not from a body, but I have been watching for 10 years. I've been locked in. I've been in certain academies. But I'm currently residing in Philadelphia. I'm just having, motherly duties and other spiritual growths that I need to come to terms with. So
okay, well, we do have the HQ out there in Pennsylvania.
I do. I know. Yes.
You got, sister. You have
lock
to
in. I know.
You gotta bring it all the way home. We've been watching for 10 years. Now it's time to bring it all home, because I'm telling you this. It's more than just the online. I'm telling you.
Yes.
It's more than just the online, and you want to make sure, because you've been learning and you have little ones, right? You want to make sure that you're well protected when stuff go down. You want to be locked in. You don't want to just be stuck to just the YouTube, because one day YouTube ain't gonna be here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know.
And you're gonna have to carry on with whatever you got at that point in time. So don't hesitate, sister. Don't hesitate. I'm telling you, there's a lot of help within the body. And you're not alone.
I do know that.
You're not alone in this. You're not alone. I'm telling you right now, sis. I'm telling you, it's gonna be one of the greatest decisions you made in your life. You're gonna be you know what you're gonna be. You're gonna be talking to your younger self and be like, yo, why did I wait so long? Mm-hmm. I can't believe I waited so long. I was watching y'all for 10 years.
Yes.
Don't listen. And you gotta take advice from your own book.
Exactly.
Ask a question. What am I gaining from not going?
Right. What do I have to lose? Right.
What do you have to lose? All right.
Yes.
All right, sis. Bless you. And listen, don't hesitate. All right. If you need the information, we could give you the information to how to link in with the body in Philly, so that way you could get yourself up to speed.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right, sis. If anything, send me a message. I'll send you all the information. I'll contact the bishop there. Bishop I'm forgetting his name. I'm forgetting everybody's name right now. Bishop Amath.
all right.
Amath. So, and I'll forward you his information or your information to him, and somebody will reach out to you.
So I'm gonna text you my info on Duo.
You could you could send me an email.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my email in the chat, so that way I could send your information to Bishop Amath.
All right. I appreciate it.
Or moderator, put my thing in there if he's still on. Hold on real quick. I'll put it in the chat. Okay.
All right.
So that way you could get linked in. All right, sis?
Yeah, I really do appreciate it.
Listen, I appreciate you. Thank you once again for being so brave, man, and sharing that, man. People need to hear these conversations so that way they could, have a outlet or an avenue, another option besides what their own mind is telling them. So,
Yes, I know.
All right, bless you, okay, sis?
All right, thank you.
All right. Oh, man. Praise the Most High. And I believe there's breakthroughs that's happening right now. I feel the Most High is doing something with our people, man, and allowing them, first and foremost, praise the Most High for this platform. Just allowing people to call in and just to release that, because it's so much better when you release what's ailing you, man, and have people on your corner, have people by your side, because a lot of us we feel like we alone sometimes. And that sister, man, I'm gonna keep her in my prayers, and I pray she links in, man. All right, don't forget to put the my email in the okay. Praise the Most High. Hyman, I got you. Thaparat is back. So let me get her finished off, and then I'm gonna get you. And yeah, man, praise the Most High, man. Yeah, it definitely feels good to release that off of you. Yeah, Latricia. All right, so Thaparat, you can unmute yourself, and you could finish your thought from where you left off, I believe.
Okay, Shalom, Deacon. Can you hear me now?
Definitely hear you now.
Okay, I was sharing that, what did I leave off at? Oh, that it's how it's tied in the tongue of life and death, like, and how I was affected both negatively and with that. Like, I always was told that I was needy, this and that. And then when it came about for me to have my first son, because I have 3 children, and they would always tell me, like, I don't know what you're going to do as a parent. So I always been a person that, like, will work in silence. Like, I wouldn't even say nothing, whether it's affecting me or not. I will work and just proving myself, and more so proving to myself, like, I'm not who they're trying to convince me that I am. Like, and another thing, as I was saying, like, I started dating a guy when I was 14, so I count myself, like, being so that I was experiencing all that. I, like, pleased to the guy that I was dating, but I think that I was doing certain stuff, like, how as a woman or as a little girl, of having that nurturing and nurturing, like the roles of the attributes of a woman, like how we were instilled with that spirit to be a help me. And far as the main thing that I was speaking of is like the life or death in the tongues, because being so that I dealt with that and what I was raised up around, And like for one thing, it was like cussing and how you talk to children and stuff. By me being introduced to the truth, that actually allowed me to understand what I needed to instill into my children and be able to. I have two young boys. My oldest son, he's a boy. My youngest son is a boy, and my daughter, she's in the middle. So with them, it helps me to instill that, because after so long, I began to think like it was something wrong with what I was doing, not understanding that's how we were naturally created to be. So that began to be a hindrance to me, because it had me feeling like I was contradicting myself, or like I was doing something wrong, and a little before the truth, before the Most High had revealed Himself to me, it began to affect me negatively, to where I began, after experiencing so much and going through so much, not just dealing with men, period, but just dealing with those who I thought or that loved me the best way they knew how, or what they thought was love. I'm gonna just say that.
All right. So sis, let me ask you, what would you tell your younger self?
My younger self, well, just how can I word that? Just to keep purity, to
what?
maintain. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You said to keep what?
Purity.
Purity. Okay.
Yes. And no matter what, just write down the things to believe in yourself, to write down the things that you find pureness in. And just maintain that, honestly. Just stay pure, to keep that pureness. And no matter what, just believe in yourself, for real.
Praise the Most High. I like that. We getting some good results from our sisters who's calling in. We got you who said keep the purity. We got the sister Rosie who called in and said question everything. Right. We had the Nita, right, who called in, and what she said again? She said to
the sister before me.
No, the sister before you. She said something that was key. Stay. What was the word she used? It's right on the tip of my tongue. It was stay.
Are you?
It's right there. Huh? Huh?
No, I'm asking. Are you?
I'm trying to remember what she said. She said a word where it said not steady. It was focus. It was along the line, stay focused. Have a vision, have a plan. Right? Don't get caught up. That's what she said. And we had the other sister, Eunice, who called in, who said, be submissive. Right? Be submissive. We getting some great points. And I pray that we making grounds and we breaking strongholds, so that way our youth, our generations could thrive in this. But sis, I really appreciate your call. What body you from, sis?
I'm from the Cincinnati body, and I also would like to say one more thing.
No, go ahead.
For the younger sisters that may have been truthful, they have been truthful, since they were younger, just grasp to the Most High. Don't get distracted by this world. Don't think that you're missing nothing from this world, because this world has nothing to offer. The Most High has everything to offer. Just to maintain that with Him, hold on to Him, that. He's the only one that can fill that void, and with Him, you never alone.
Con. Yeah, you said it. You said it better than I could. He's the only one that could fill that void. Praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. All right, sis. I appreciate you calling. I'm gonna put you back in the queue. The water for sharing.
Yes.
Shalom, sis. Oh man, praise the Most High that she shared that information, man, and she's an example of what it looks like too, as well, of having someone pour into you and letting you know, like, yo, you're worth something. You're not, you know what I'm saying? You're valuable, right? Don't just give away what you have, right? Don't just give it away. You're Hyman, you're coming in. I just need you to unmute your mic. My brother. Unmute. Yes, sir.
Shalom. Yes, sir. Shalom, my deacon, my brother from the
Shalom.
state. How you doing?
What's going on, my aunt?
Oh, man, doing it again. Powerful broadcast,
All
wonderful
praises.
audience. This is wonderful.
All praises.
All praises. I'm not gonna hold you too long. So, there's so much to touch on. Because, so the Most High established our purpose from the beginning, which is serve Him and have family. As above, so below. Because in the heavens, is family, is one accord, is order. So He wanted to establish the same order on earth. But Satan, on the other hand, understood that order. He had to come in and inject a virus in that code to break the family. He used the same formula.
Right.
That's why they're always enforcing an injection or the Jim Jones juice. It's always that. From birth, because they understand there's a training when you go into the Bible from age 1 to 12, when Scripture talking about train the child. And when even with the females, the daughters of Zion and the other females, puberty is age 8 to 12 or 9 to 14 when you do the research. So there's a training that the adversary understand that 12 years training must be done, parents must instill everything within that 12 years. And then for the men, you have from 12 to 19. There's a 7-year training. I call it the 19-year training. And that's why at 20, we were able to go to war as men.
Right, yeah.
So the Most High established everything in order. And that's why when that order is disturbed to corruption, whatever, so we got to get clean again. We got to be born again and renew our mind. And then that's why the scripture go into all that. But I don't want to say too much. Powerful broadcast, my brother.
All praises, man. Listen, man, and you right about that. We as parents, we only have a small window, you know what I'm saying, to instill as much as we can with these children. And this is why I believe this is why they created these school systems, man. So that way to take our children away from us, because we have to work. So they created this system that where we have to work, and now because we have to work, somebody needs to watch our kids. Okay, we'll just put them in school. Now, the majority of the day, someone else is raising your kids. So now what was instilled in you may not still be instilled in your child. But this is why we have to work twice as hard. And praise the Most High for the Shabbats, man, because that's when I really get to instill in my boys in the Shabbat. So if you're not using the Shabbats, people out there who have children, if you're not using the Shabbat where you should be resting, there's nothing else that you should be doing. If you're not using those days to sit down and have conversations with your children, you're doing something wrong. Use those days when you're sitting down at home, sun is down, come sit down at the table. Tell your sons and your daughters, get the book, get the Bible, read with them. have them explain to you what they're reading, and you'll be surprised at the questions that they ask you. Like, it blows me away, the questions that my son asked me, and he's only 9. So, you know, we got to use these Sabbaths to get to our children. You understand what I'm saying? You know, all the other days, we be at work, we be too busy, but the Sabbath, at least we could use the Sabbaths to to instill in our children as best as we can. You know, Tawada Ma'ak Hyman for calling in, man, and dropping that wisdom. You know what I mean? Praise the Most High. And you got 2 young soldiers yourself, so I already know. You still there?
Praise the Most High, Deacon. I mean, hey, we admire the works the leadership of this church is doing. Double honor to the elders, bishop, deacons, officers, and all you brothers and sisters, man. It's a blessing. It's an honor.
It really is, man. Listen, I'm forever indebted to the Most High. But, you know, praise the Most High. I appreciate you, Ak. Put you in the queue.
Appreciate you too. Shalom.
Shalom. Yeah, man. Like I said, man, we gotta use the Sabbath day, man. At least Friday night, if you can. Right? Sit down with your children, read with them, teach them, ask them questions, right? And allow their minds to work, bro. Allow their minds to, you know what I mean, to flourish on the words of the Most High. So I got Reek Judah in. Shalom.
Shalom. How you doing?
What's going on, bro?
I'm doing all right. Love your show, man. Great show tonight.
All praises be to the Most High. So talk to me, man. What's going on? What you got for us?
Well, I can go off my personal experience. I don't have no children, so I can go off my personal experience when I was a younger man, what I went through when it came to my family telling me things, like negative things that you probably shouldn't tell young kids when they're growing up.
Right.
Like they would tell me things like, don't call me when you go to jail, you know, and would compare me and my other brother when it came to like the grades in school and things like that. Feeling that my younger brother was smarter than me because he came with the good grades and mine was so. But the stuff they used to tell me, my family would tell me, it didn't bother me because I gave them a reason for them to say that to me because I wasn't acting right. And I understood that. So it didn't put me down because I knew who I was. I knew pretty much, like, you could say I was lukewarm when it came to my behavior when I was young. It was like I would work, you know, I would go to school, I would play sports, but also I would hang out in the streets. And it's like I knew my limits. So when my family would tell me things like negative things like that, it didn't hit me because I'm like, you know what? Because I understood that I was showing them that I was acting like a knucklehead.
Right.
So I couldn't be mad at them for saying those things to me, even though they probably shouldn't have said it. I don't know, but it didn't bother me because I knew that I'm okay. Sorry. I mean, okay. I shouldn't say my name, but okay.
That's okay. We all family here.
Excuse me?
We all family here. It's okay.
I was like, okay, T, if you don't like it, stop acting like it. But if we don't, so, you know, so I didn't let that stuff affect me as I started getting older.
How old are you now? Let me ask you, how old are you now?
I'm 41 now.
Oh, okay. So you older. And you say you don't have any children.
No, I could have, but the Lord, I guess felt like I shouldn't have one right now. So
okay, all right. But so let me ask you, growing up, real quick, did you find yourself chasing the wrong things?
At times, yeah, I was, and I was doing it because of the people I was hanging around with.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like I was pressured. It just because I wanted to. I didn't have to. It was just because I wanted to. For some reason, I don't know why I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was fun, and plus, I thought I was being loyal to my friends.
Okay, peer pressure.
Yeah, pretty much.
Peer pressure, trying to fit into that social class. Or you know, doing what they're doing, or you not down. You ain't really with us. Kind
Right.
of thing. Right.
You know, and it was crazy because I was doing that with a few different classes as I was growing up.
Okay.
Because I was hanging with the street kids, the school kids,
you was
smart
in a
kids.
mix. It sounded like me too, because like I was a little bit mixed in with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I knew that wasn't me though. I understood that wasn't me. I knew I was like, and I knew, but I always thought about the Most High. You know, I didn't know the truth what I know now, but I always thought about the Most High since I was a child. But I just didn't understand him. But I always thought about him.
So let me ask you, what would you tell your younger self today?
I would tell my younger self to sit down, listen, humble my mind, and don't think I know everything, and don't think I'm so tough.
Right.
And just listen to my parents and the adults that's trying to teach me, that's trying to tell me things.
Wow.
Because you know what they're saying is right.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go through the life. You don't want to go through the troubles of life because it's gonna wear you down as you get older. If you keep on being a knucklehead.
Powerful. Yeah, man. That's wise advice. I would tell myself the same thing too. Don't think you know it all. You know what I'm saying? Humble yourself. Listen. Follow instructions.
Exactly. And don't look to blame people for what happens to you. Blame yourself first, because usually it's what you do first that's causing your problems.
Right. I love that. I gotta clap that up. I love that.
I mean, that's why I had to learn. My father taught me some of that too as a child, and it stuck with me. So, and that's the one good thing that's an important thing for a father to be around sons.
Right.
No matter how long they're around, whatever they teach you, take that in, because it will help you at some point.
Yeah. And not for nothing too, not just the fathers, but like good examples of
Right.
older men being there, giving just dropping wisdom on you.
Exactly. Because my coaches were like that. They were like that to me.
Exactly. And that helped you. You see what I'm saying?
It did.
Like there was some men who dropped wisdom on me that still sticks with me to this day, that I'll never forget. And they weren't they weren't closely related to me, but they cared enough to tell me something, because they must have seen something in me. So, it's good to drop jewels. Sometimes we think they're not listening, but they listening, man.
Yeah, that's true. Even my principal, my teachers would tell me things. They're like, I see something in you, because they would always take an interest to me for some reason, even though I felt I didn't deserve it. Right. But they would. They always would.
Yeah, and that'd be too. That'd be
sports, but it was something deeper. So
that'd be the Most High's favor on you. The Most High be bestowing favor on us, and having people take us under their wing. So just to mold us and help bring us to a little closer to Him. We don't look we don't look like that, but that's what it is.
Right. I understood that as I got older, and I realized like the Most High He was with me when I was younger, bringing me to where I'm at now.
Right.
Getting me out of situations and having me understand what was happening in my life at that time. Like I understood certain parts. He was definitely with me. I'm like, okay. I understood who He is now.
Right. Praise the Most High. All praises. All praises. Praise the Most High. I really appreciate the example that you gave, and especially what you would tell your younger self, man. That everybody who's young need to take heed to that. Humble yourself, man.
Yes.
That pride of life is only going to get you but so far.
Exactly.
I mean,
we're always looking to blame someone. I'm like, nah, look at yourself first.
Right.
Like, it ain't always everybody's fault.
Right. Well, I appreciate you, my brother. I'm going to put you back in the queue. The water for the call.
Shalom.
Shalom. And I appreciate you for sharing that with the brothers and sisters, man. Oh, man. What a great show, man. And having people calling. Hold on. I wanted to read this scripture as well, too. Let me see if I can find it first. Let me see if I can find it real quick for you guys. All right. Let me read this to y'all. Such a great show, man. Such a great show. Blessing. And I'm so happy that, brothers and sisters were brave enough to call in and to give their testimonies and to share, some of the things that they were dealing with and how they were able to overcome it through, most importantly, through the truth. It take the Most High, bringing us to where we at now. So I'm gonna read in the book of Sirach. Let me get the scripture, the chapter for you. I believe in chapter 14. Let's see. Let's start at I'm gonna start at verse, and I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna end it with this. I'll read this real quick. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, right? Chapter 14, verse 17. It says, "All flesh waxeth old as a garment." All flesh. So we not gonna stay young forever. Even though we got a common saying amongst Israel where we say, black don't crack. Yeah, it don't, but to a certain extent. Because some black does crack, okay? It says, "All flesh waxeth old as a garment. For the covenant from the beginning is, thou shalt die the death." And I wanted to leave that here, right? End off this conversation with this scripture right here. Because that's a covenant that's with all flesh. We all gonna wax old like an old garment. And we all are one day gonna have to face death. We all gonna have to face death. So think about your youth now. Are you spending your time on earth wisely? Are you living a life in your younger years that you will be proud of when you're older? Because you get past those old things that you've done, but they still there. It's still on your record, right? I'm gonna precept that with this. I'm gonna precept this scripture with this in the book of James. So we just read this. It says, "All flesh waxeth old as a garment, for the covenant from the beginning is, thou shalt die to death." We got to understand that, brothers and sisters. Understand that, yes, one day we all will have to meet our Maker. And to precept that, to bring it all the way home, we got to bring it home, right? To bring it all the way home, I'm in a book of James. James 4. What verse is that? Okay. To bring it all the way home, Well, let's read this. James 4:13. It says, "Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow, we will go into such a city and continue there a year, and buy and sell and get gain. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow." None of us know what's going to happen tomorrow. So a lot of us be making future plans, and we don't be knowing if you even going to see past the next 30 minutes. It says, "For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that." So, brothers and sisters, think about it. Don't just think about now. Think about the future. Think about what's to come. Think about what's to come, brothers and sisters. Because we all are going to wax old like a garment, it says. And that's the thing. We don't think when you're young, you're full of vigor, you're full of strength. You don't think about becoming old, becoming like the people that we see all the time walking around, old with grays, and sometimes can't barely walk, can barely move. And I know a lot of older people who wish they could go back and talk to their younger self, like, yo, I wish I did this different. I wish. And the thing is too, when older people come to you and tell you, listen, let me tell you something. Listen to them, because they see something in you that they seen them in themselves. And they're just trying to help you. They're just trying to help you not make the same mistakes or overcome the same pitfalls that they've fell into, some of them. So take heed, listen, be humble. Don't let the pride of life and your youth get to your head. Because what is this life? It's even like a vapor, which is gone today, which is here today, and is gone tomorrow. And that's my words of wisdom for tonight, right? So praise the Most High for this broadcast, man. You know, all praises be to the Most High, Ahaya, in the name of his son, Yeshua Mashiach. And I feel good about this broadcast, man. I really hope that, whoever falls upon this video to come is an eye opener for them. And they start to think and question and to really evaluate their lives, no matter how old they are, right? Just sit down and think about your life, where it's heading. Are you doing positive things to make your older self proud? Right? We gotta think about these things, and don't look at the youth of this world on these social media platforms, because they're not going in the right way. This whole world has gone to hell. We're trying to make it out of it, right? So, like I say every week, you could have been anywhere, but you're here with me. But
you could be anywhere in the world, but you're now tuned into the Born of Levi experience.
Yes. So, peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. I love y'all. Stay prayed up, sin not, and continue to be a righteous example for those who's watching you. And like I said, you never know who's watching you. You never know who's really looking at you. You never know. And you could be that inspiration, or that little hope of light that they see to help them find the Most High. So don't just play church or play the Israelite on the Sabbath only. Put on Christ daily, right? And I'm telling you, the Most High gonna do wonders with you. So with that being said, shalom, peace and blessings. I love y'all. Until next week, shalom, peace. Great show.